Let me have your attention, please. I'm going to call this public hearing to order. Ordinance number 2014-03. Ordinance amending title 10, Animal Control at City of Municipal Code. Ordinance 2014-06. Ordinance to adopt a collective action plan to prevent the improper use of municipalities' utility revenues and to reimburse monies improperly transferred from the electric department fund to the water department fund of the City of LaFollette, Tennessee. Also, ordinance 2014-07, ordinance to amend the City of LaFollette municipal zoning ordinance, regulating developments within the corporate limits of the City of LaFollette to minimize danger to life and property due to flooding and to maintain eligibility for participating in the National Flood Insurance Program. Is there any discussions on any of these ordinances? Is there any questions from any citizens?
What does that ordinance mean? What are you saying?
Which one, Mike?
The one on the property, the development. What's going to be done there? What do you mean to regulate it?
On the flood and maintain those buildings?
Yeah.
Stan?
This is just an update to the ordinance that you already have, updated from 2007 to 2009 edition for FEMA. It's actually the floodplain that comes through the City of LaFollette.
Down the creek bank, right?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
See, is there anything else?
You asked for comments from the citizens?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Comment about the senior citizens?
Oh, wait a minute, Ryan, this is other curious. This is something else.
Okay.
Is there any more comments on these ordinances? No, being none, do I hear a motion to cease?
Okay.
This meeting is adjourned. Okay. This meeting is called to order. Jim, would you honor the prayer of the pledge? Please stand, please.
Most kind of gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for the privilege to be gathered here this evening. Thank you for these that have assembled to take care of the business of this, your city. Guide the actions, the words, the deeds, the things that are done for your glory and for the city's benefit. Be with those who are not able to be with us for whatever reason. Be with the sick and the bereaved. Especially be with those who do not know you as Father and Christ as Savior. All in Jesus' name we ask it. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Julie, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bollinger.
Here.
Mr. Fannin.
Here.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Here.
Mayor Stanfield.
Here.
Ms. Thompson. Here.
Item number 4, approve the minutes of October 2014. You've got a copy of them in your packet. What's your council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Second. Motion, second, Hansel, go ahead and call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fannin.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson. Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 5, reports from your boards, your committees, and your department heads. What's your pleasure, council?
Move to approve.
Motion by Bob. Second. Second by Hansel. Call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Mr. Fannin.
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson. Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 6, any comments from the citizens?
Al?
Go ahead, Mark.
Anyway, sorry. I'm here about the senior citizens was talking about there, and I think they're going to vote right now on commercializing a piece of property for them to use for their parking lot. Is that correct?
No.
What are we voting on that? What's the?
We're going to give him the street department permission to go ahead and tear those houses down in Hall Mall.
Right. In intent to commercialize the land to use for parking?
No,
Is it going to be used for parking?
probably.
Yeah. Y'all told me I couldn't use mine for parking because it was residential. I believe that's a residential lot, both of those. And it's within that block. 317, is it?
Is that the correct standard for 317?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And it is a commercial, it needs to be commercialized before it is considered to be a parking lot.
What we're doing tonight, Ron, is like I said, just tear those houses down. I mean, they're going to come back in front of the planning commission just like you and your wife did
Yeah.
to have it.
Well, I was just going to ask, you know, if you were going to commercialize and stuff, to consider mine, you know.
Right.
I'm not doing anything against the seniors or anything, but they're in these the same area I'm in and just about adjoining or adjacent to my lot, you know, up there. And I wanted to be, if there's, you know, anything about that, I want you to consider commercializing my 3 back lots also, so that I can use those, you know. And is it going to be still residential and be used for parking?
Yeah, I don't know, like I say, Ronnie, you're gonna come back from the planning commission, just like you and your wife did. You know, you could have stopped all of this from day one if you had just let them park there.
Well, y'all told me not to, you see, that's
No,
the
we
reason
didn't.
I'd say we.
I don't think there's one person up there, Ronnie, told you not to.
Stan told me I couldn't, and.
Stan, did you tell you couldn't let those people park there?
He said it had to be commercial before I could let anybody
Yes,
park
he
there.
did.
Well, if you remember, Ronnie, when you built your building, I worked for the street department.
You did?
The county, Mike Leach, I think maybe, Jess Goins, he may have been there one time when he done this. But we give you rock to rock your parking lot. And I know Dennis Potter has given us rock. I've hauled when I was at street department, so here for months, for those people to park.
Yeah, and when Stan told me that we could not use it for that because it was not commercial, and you were there. And I said, well, you know, and then they did not want to pay the insurance on the lots to park there. It's a high-risk insurance for senior citizens to park. That was what it was all about. And then when Mr. Kohlmeyer threatened me, that ended it all. Threatened to put me out of business, that ended it all right there. But you know, you could see where I'm coming from. You know, you don't come and tell me in my shop and tell me that. You know, I may be a little guy, but I'm not going to put up with that. You know?
But I never told you.
Anyway,
I mean, you get the same considerations that they get. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
I want the, you know, before that's used or commercialized, I want mine too at the same time, you know, where I don't think it should be. You know, that they would, you know, do that for them. Although it's not all the seniors that I'm not after them or something, and I don't want nothing from them. I'm just trying to say, I'm not here to block their stuff, I'm just trying to say you need to, I would like for y'all to consider mine too at the same time, you know. You know, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of give me the equal playing ground. It's adjacent to it, it's right there, you know. If you want to do that for them, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying consider me in this too, you know. And, you know, I've been here for 6 months, been before planning back and forth and, you know, trying to get mine fixed, you know, where I can use my property. I've not been able to use it, it's been 6 months, and I got to wait another few months till weather changes, even if it was changed, to build anything or do anything.
Ronnie, all you had to do is have your core drilled and a letter from the state. That's all you had to do. Those two
Got a letter
you
from the
said you
state,
would, you said you would do it.
got,
That letter from the state you got, Ronnie, don't be crap. You know.
Well, they don't seem to think so. They seem to think that's what I need.
So then you come to the planning commission.
So no matter.
Is that the way you interpret the letter, Stan?
Yeah, they didn't acknowledge that it was built on a sinkhole. From what the planning commission asked him is a letter from the state acknowledging that he built on there. I mean, here's something that he could do, and I spoke with the attorney on, and I asked him to call me back, and he never did. I asked him if he didn't want to core drill it, to get an engineer to say it was suitable ground to build on.
Who didn't call you back, the lawyer or Ronnie?
Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Yeah. He asked me if I could to get a core drill done to prove my property is safe to build on. Well, there is no such thing. Any engineer can tell you there is no such thing. That they laughed at me when I asked them that. That's silly. But the core drill, I mean, nobody can tell you property is safe to build on, where we stand or anywhere in the world.
We're not.
If they do, they're permanently responsible for your building that goes up there. If it came in earthquake, that's what the guy told me. And they're certified. He says, we cannot give you that. I said, well, don't come, because I can't spend $5,000 to $7,000 for something that I can't give you all to, you know, to show that it's safe, because it's not possible. It's just not possible. And if it wasn't safe, my building certainly would be gone by now. It's been there almost 18 years, 17.5 years, is what I'm trying to say. And it's just becoming a thing, you know. I'm just never going to have anything there. I'm never going to be welcome here, my father.
Ronnie,
As
you've
a
been
business
with
owner,
the line for
business
18 years, and don't stand there and tell me that, Ronnie.
no,
You've
I'm
been
saying
with here
that,
for 18 years.
I'm asking you, am I ever going to be welcome here?
Sure, you're welcome here right now.
I don't seem like it. Don't feel like it to me. And you know, everything I go to do, I can't grow. I've been there all these years, got one building, one small building. It does not cover 40% of my lot. I have never been able to add on. I bought the lot behind me. Cannot build nothing on it, cannot use it. We got 5 lots there, cannot use them. Now, where my trouble's coming from, I don't know. It's this, that, and other. is it ever gonna come to pass? Are we ever gonna do anything with it? I'd like to know. Am I just spitting in the wind? I mean, what is it?
As far as I'm concerned, you do what you said you would do, and we'll move on with this thing. I mean, when you come to the planning commission, you said you would do those two things. You'd have a letter from the state, you'd have the thing core drill. Now, you've backed up and regrouped and come out with something else now.
I've got it on film. I told this here, all y'all, it's on film. I said, if you tell me that all this will be over, I will core drill, and you would never say. So I didn't, and then I called and I never would do it. I didn't promise I'd do it. And I said I would, if you would promise me this would all be over, and the city leave me alone, let me do what I need to do, and I will do that. That's all I said. And you said I promised. I did not promise. I promise you I did. I got it on film. I went and got the tape. But the thing is, I'm just tired of the struggle. I need to move on with it. Now it's going to be 6 more months. Got everybody in the world here mad at me.
Well, I'm not mad at you.
And it needs to go on. I don't need to be down here fussing and going on and asking and begging, pleading to build a business. You should want the business here, any kind of business here. That's my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. It's your business, whatever you do. But, I'm a citizen of Lafayette. I'm a senior here. And I have rights the same as anybody. And I want to either build or tell me that I can't. And, tell me what, and give me I want a legitimate reason is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be running around more. I need a legitimate reason. What is it?
Well, Ron, I had a meeting down on Friday at the county mayor, Mr. Morton.
Yeah, Mr. Morton.
And he said you had talked to him about your building.
I did. I talked to him.
And he said you wanted the county and the city to go in hires and buy it.
That's right. If y'all want to do that, I don't want to sell it, but if you just want to buy it and pay me, let me get out of here, I will go somewhere else. I will not out of the county. I live here. I got kids here. But I'll go up here to the county and buy me a place, and we discuss what it would cost, to do all this stuff. And plus the time and everything, and we discussed that. If that's fine. If that's what you want to do, I mean, you tell me.
Well,
I'll leave you alone. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I just need to make a living, and
he threw a price out to me that you mentioned to him.
Yes, sir.
You threw a price to him, right?
Yes, sir.
$600,000?
That's right.
I don't believe there's a person up here in front of you that crazy. Now, I can't speak for the county, but there's nobody here that crazy to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying anybody's crazy. But
Yeah.
when your property and your life that you spent for 17 years up here buying this thing, doing this, and what I've been through, would you settle for that?
$600,000?
No, you wouldn't. I guarantee it. And you would not do it. It's worth $3 million to me for what I've been through here. Not $600,000, nothing. It's nothing. $350,000 to buy another place with. It'd take me another 100 and something to get in there. Figure it out. Is it? I don't know if it's just somewhat the amount of money, what it means. I don't know. But figure it out what it would cost you to move. To take it just up and move. You lost your business, everything right there. You got to start again at another spot. And that's, it takes money. You can't do that. I'm not going to take $1,000 and walk off. That's stupid. I would not never, that's just crazy.
Well,
You
I'm just telling you, but here tonight, give the street department permission to go ahead and tear the houses down. As far as anything else, the senior citizens have to come back to the planning commission. If you want to come back, you're welcome to come back too.
You going to charge them $500 like you would me? Or?
Did we charge you $500 to come down?
That's what it says on the book. It says you will.
Did you pay
No,
$500?
sir, but they say they will.
Stan?
They didn't pay anything.
I when I came, I said, "Are you going to charge me $500 to come down there?" It says on your paper that you're going to charge me $500 to come down there.
They will charge you $500 if you request a rezone.
Rezone, yeah.
Is that right?
If it's for a rezone, yeah, from a residential commercial.
Yeah. Is that what their seniors are? The citizen, not the seniors, but the center. Is that what it's
Is that
paying?
what it have to do, Stan?
That's what they'd have to pay if they asked for a rezoning, yes.
So you're no better than yours.
See, yeah.
I
See,
mean,
we're
why should all the taxpayers pay for you to rezone your business for your profit? So why should all the taxpayers have to have to pay the fees for the senior citizens?
I'm not asking anybody to pay anything for me.
Well, they're not either.
All I'm asking is, I'm not asking nobody to do anything for me. I'm asking them to get out of my way. That's all. I'm not asking you to come and build anything or do anything or pay anything. Just move out of the way and let me do what I need
Now,
to do.
you do what you said you were gonna do, we'll move every way, I promise you. We'll be set for every way in every system,
Tell them we're going to have sewer lines maybe.
right? Dave?
I guess, I don't know what else to say. I've been here, I don't know how many times. It's been 6 months. I've been working on this thing.
Stand for my own thing, where is he at, for him not to core drill? Where is he at? He can't get past that with that.
The only thing he needs to do, if he don't want to have it core drilled, to get him an engineer to sign off saying that that property is suitable to build on. Not say.
That relieves us of any,
Exactly, that's what the city.
because if we allow him to build
You're
on a
allowed.
sinkhole, we are.
You're exactly correct.
So he has two options to get, so he can build.
Yes.
Is either core drill and they say it's suitable to build,
That's
or an engineer who says it's suitable to build.
Correct.
And at that particular time, I assume we will approve that if we get that, right?
We will move forward with it.
I mean, is that all we're asking for?
That's all we're asking at this time. Is that not correct?
Now, wait a minute. At this time, let's look at this. Not to take up all your time. I'm gonna sit down and shut up here in just a minute.
Well,
Let's clarify this.
There are some variances and stuff like that to be dealt with.
Has to come back to the planning
Right.
commission. But those are the two biggest, that
No.
is the biggest obstacle, right?
That is the biggest obstacle for what he is proposing at this time.
Okay.
The second proposal that he asked for was to extend onto a residential lot, to expand his building to the right of his building. That would be another whole obstacle he would have to go through. That would classify him to having to go into a rezoning stage. But if he stays with the plan that he's at now,
He's good.
and the variances are approved, he's good to go.
Variance has been approved once and building's been approved once, but, you know,
The thing that bothers me about the whole thing, Stan, 18 years ago when he bought this piece of property, it was filled in, it was okayed by the state of Tennessee. Now, the gentleman built him a building on this piece of property. And 18 years later, it's become to the point because he had to come before this city hall, we call it. And City Hall has rejected everything he's wanted to do. Now, if it was okay to build on 18 years ago, why should we go ahead and throw the expense to him to having it core drilled and having it put this on, and he can't even build on to the building that he's already got there?
Well, Mr. Happy,
But at the time, it was okay for him to do it.
well, hold up just 1 minute, you're wrong.
Well, he did it.
It was not okay by the state of Tennessee for him to build on.
Well, then how come we waited 18 years to do anything about it?
Because we didn't know it until 18 years ago when we requested him to have a surveyor to go in and do a site plan, and he revealed this to the city. 18 years ago, no one knew that there was a drainage ditch from TDOT running across that road dumping into that property. Today, we do. There's a
But
difference.
it's worked though, Stan. It's worked. They didn't have no water problems up there.
Yet.
Have you had water problems?
no, sir. It's too high up, it's
See,
too high above.
this is the thing that bugs me. If it was good 18 years ago, why wouldn't it be good today? If he's not had a problem. And I know that we've passed a lot of ordinance since then to probably cover ourselves on a lot of this stuff. And that's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm just saying that, and it's got to the point, I've had several people that was going to build buildings that wouldn't build them because it was so complicated from City Hall.
Well, Mr. Hatmaker, I can't help what happened 18 years ago. When you have an ordinance that was in effect in 18 years ago, and it wasn't abided by, I can't help that. But if it's today, I can help that.
What was the ordinance and what, I don't understand what I needed to do other than what I did.
You're on the Planning Commission board, Mr. Hatmaker.
Just exactly what you were asked to do this time, you should have been asked the last time to do. Why you wasn't, I can't answer that question for you. I wasn't here.
I can answer, if I may. Because it's not necessary, not required to core drill. unless you're building over a certain story building, and mine's a 1-story. Because I checked into it at that time, and that's exactly why I didn't, and it's not required today. Unless somebody wants to force an issue and, you know, make me cord reel, it's not necessary. It's $5,000 minimum dollars. Why would you want me to spend, I mean, I don't understand. And I got the building there. Asher knows where it's at. You know, I've got the building there. I've had most people in Gamble County's cars in it. They ain't none of them come out damaged yet. And the building's fine. You know, there's nothing there. I don't understand why you just want me to do that. Why is it required? When it's only, the requirement is, I think it's over a 6 or 8 story, you have to cord reel to, on that. And then it's only to prevent, like if you're building, you know, it's 3, 4 story buildings high. It's high, it's heavy. It's 3 times the weight of what my building would be. I can understand that. I would want to do it to make sure it stays good and sturdy. They done it over here at the bank. You know, that makes sense, but it don't make any sense what they're telling me today. And that's really the requirements. And there is no requirements on 1 story or nothing like that. And you can't prove your property's safe. All of you know that now, so, you know.
Well, I did know there was a sinkhole there over 40 years ago, Ronnie. When I worked for Chalkwright, that property used to belong to Chalkwright's mother. She owned that whole house.
That's right on it, Matty Wright.
Yeah, and I sent a tractor in that sinkhole.
Yeah.
And he brought it back for me.
Well, we're still back to seeing sinkhole, excuse me. And sinkhole doesn't mean a low place. We call sinkhole a low place in the ground, which I would have thought it is. That street is on part of that. That street was never that high. If you go back into history and look, you'll see that street was low, probably about 17 feet, 16. They built that up and built the street in there. It's not built on a sinkhole. It's not went anywhere. There's no. It's a sinkhole means hole in the ground that goes on. It don't know it. This is a low place. If you call that a sinkhole, so be it.
I wouldn't sure bet you $100 bill if you go up there and dig and dump some dye in that sinkhole where your building's at. That dye will come across Ash Street toward Beach Street in that cave between Ash and Beach Street there at the Dawson House. There's a cave there. And that cave brings up water right down here to the Holly House and it dumps right in this creek back here.
I thought the water went across the highway. State planners brought some ledger up there. The water was ditched out of there because it was low to ditch across the highway down there, wasn't it?
The water goes in that cave road between Ash Street and
Runs
Beach
up
Street.
that hill and back that other way.
No, down that cave road.
Where's the water come from? I don't understand.
That whole area up there that way.
Okay.
That it drains to that. I mean, if you go to the hospital where JR's place is, where the funeral home is, that whole area drains to that one area, and it always has. And but we dealt with it.
Right. But the thing is, you're saying you don't want no responsibility for me putting a building there, right?
What would happen is if you go there and build a building and something does happen, you're gonna come back at us and say, hey, I built it, you give me permission, and you're gonna sue us.
Well,
And
you
that's
did
exactly
give me
what's gonna happen.
permission. You did give me permission.
No, I didn't.
No, with the city. The city's still here. It's still the same city.
I didn't.
They did give me permission. You're responsible now if you would be responsible then. If I'm not allowed to have that now, they are responsible for letting me build that there on a sinkhole, as you call it. Is that not right? Is that right?
That's right.
So we can either, we can look at it many different ways. You know,
I'm just taking
I know
your
you got
word.
things to do.
You know, we asked you in the planning commission to do 2 things, you agreed to do them, and you've not done it. I mean, I just took you for your word, you're an honest person, I take your word, you did what I can, so.
Well, I'm probably as honest as they get, but
Well,
I didn't
you said
promise
you-
I'd do this.
Well, we told you had to do it, and you agreed to it, so if you didn't promise, you said you'd do it.
But, so we're not gonna commercialize that property back there? The property behind me is up on a rise, is that bad too, back in there?
The old Prairie property,
Yeah, the
Ron Prairie.
Arnold property there, behind, but not where the house is at, but up on, where I own behind my garage, on Ash, you know, it joins mine. You know, they all join
Quarry
together.
property. June McCory's property,
No, it's not her, I don't think.
used to be.
What was her, Joe Arnold owned it. The first I remembered of it is Joe Arnold owned it, and he sold it to Atkins. It swapped around there a few times before I got it. Anyway, there was houses there, you know, that stayed there all that time. We're not gonna commercialize, I can't use it either because of that, or
I don't know which one, I don't know which house.
my property behind the garage, the ones I used to, that the seniors parked on before.
Well, school buses parked.
Yeah, well, they parked it there, yeah.
That was,
Park Jackson had
that was
it.
Ron Perry's mom's property.
Was it? I thought that was the other one. But anyway, is that property not good either?
I don't know, Sam.
Is it any good?
Have you ever had anything done? I mean, did they pull a survey or anything on it when they done that? For the
No.
build, actual building?
The only thing, when I worked for West Nile,
Yeah, there's no building up there or nothing. It was houses.
That's what
Don-
you were,
Don
that's what you
Gaines.
were talking about, the second phase of expanding your building toward Ash Street instead of going,
Yeah. It was a separate building, not expand, but another building there.
there was a Perry house and Lon's Brothers. Stan couldn't talk here, he lived in the trailer there. That's what Lon's talking about.
Yeah, there was 2 trailers there and a house.
Oh, 2
On those
trailers?
3 lots.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. The city tore one down up there. Remember Stan had it, he tore it down up there. And we owned it too, you know. But anyway, that lot, is it okay to commercialize that? Is there any reason we can't?
If you come back from the papers,
you come back before the planning commission, that's what we told you before. You're gonna have to come back and request a rezoning of that property. I mean, that's not an issue for the council, that's an issue for the actual planning commission.
Well, council is over everything anyway. I mean, he's the mayor.
he's
They're over,
he's
all
the
this,
chairman.
that's what they're doing.
I'm just a board member, he's the chairman, same as Mr. Hatmaker.
Yeah, y'all over everything anyway, so is that not gonna work then, to try to commercialize that?
It's just bring it to
All right.
When is the next planning commission?
19.
The 19th, okay? You probably need to come on that.
Have to schedule that also to get in the planning?
Yeah.
Okay, boy.
Is there any announcements of the public? I've got one. Hey, Chief, would you come up here, please? On October the 8th, our dispatcher received a call from a lady up here from her husband, up here on South 13th Street. She had stopped breathing. And Officer Charles Duff, he was the first officer on the scene, and Charles isn't here tonight. But our first responders wasn't notified till 8 minutes later after the police arrived. The ambulance service was 30 minutes out of the way. And if it hadn't been for Officer Charles Duff, this lady would be passed away now. This is a Distinguished Service Award. With gratitude, we thank Charles Duff for distinguishing service above and beyond the call of duty. You know, you never hear the good that our employees do for the taxpayers. You know, it's always, I got a ticket, or they pulled me over for drunk driving, I couldn't walk, I was driving, so, you know, or I run a stop sign, didn't mean to. But, you know, we're here to protect and serve. Would you see if Mr. Duff gets that when he comes back to work? Thank you on behalf of the council. Thanks. Okay.
Mayor, I'd like to announce 5K run that's coming up December the 6th at Progressive. We've already got a few entries for runners. Looking forward to having that.
So that'd be good. Anything else? Okay, under administrative, item number 1, the Senior Citizen Center. This is to authorize Mr. Mullins, his crew, to go in there and tear those 2 houses down. We've worked a deal out with the county to dispose of the material, Jim. I talked to Mr. Potter Wednesday last week, and he said he'd let me borrow a track hoe to come in there and just crush it up. What will be some new loads of stuff to haul out. So it's 2 houses on Ash Street. And Mr. Potter also, he said he'd give us a rock or whatever we need for it, so. What's the pleasure of council on the senior citizens?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Have a motion by Joe to have a second.
Second.
Have a second by Bob, call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fanning?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, fees for the flea market spaces. Let me say something before we go into this. Back when we was discussing the flea market and the garbage fee, we were talking about giving our employees a raise. And the money, we didn't have the money in the budget to give them a raise. And it was brought up in the meeting to increase the flea market fees from $3 a spot to $5 per spot. and the garbage fees from $5 to $10 a month on their fees to give our employees a raise. That was to bring our employees from minimum wage up to 10.10, and our full-time employees give them a 3% raise after the evaluation. And, you know, we need to look at this. You know, we done voted on doing it. Now, the only way you can do it now is if you do away with the spaces here is, you know, go back and rescind your motion and give our employees a raise. You know, so, I won't run that by you, but, you know, we didn't, when we give the raises and stuff, we didn't have the money to do it, but we voted to do it. And it's not a way that the employees get a raise on the garbage fees and, parking spaces.
Mayor, my feeling on it is, yes, we voted on it, and we voted for that purpose, and I've not had one complaint myself from anyone about the $5 fee. Evidently, there's somebody complaining that they need more than one space. Maybe there's a compromise that can be made. Maybe we can leave the $5 per space, and if they want another space, let them pay $3, a total of $8 for 2 spaces. You know, if that would help the matter.
It's what the council wants to do. And I'm just telling you, you know, if you start trying to take away, we'll take away the raises.
Yeah.
What I've
And you're
had,
gonna have some nice employees, man.
what I've had been told to me was that they were having problems because of them parking their car, and then they can only use this parking space for their car and their flea market items. And a lot of them were selling their stuff out of their car.
But most of them, they brings a truck, they put it back their truck, you know, and sell them back their truck. Now, I noticed a lot of the people that go in here on the highway at the old Ingles building, the Winter building. You know, once Tractor Supply goes in there, the old people sitting there, it's illegal sitting there now, is that right, Stan? I mean, they're just breaking the law by sitting down there. If you let somebody get hurt down there, the owners of those properties won't be in for a lawsuit. You know, so, like I say, it's up to council what you just want to do, you know.
Have you run the analysis on that and to make a decision, what the difference is in the money the way it is now and going your route?
I have not. I don't know who the guy is that is operating the flea market. I've never met him.
It's
I just know that it's down. There's not as many people sitting up there anymore, and they say it's because the fee was raised.
Well, that's not true. I mean, people find a spot to sit, they'll sit up anywhere, you know, they sit up here, well, they're on the sidewalk, you let them, you know what I'm saying? That's not true, you know. But I guarantee you, once, ma'am,
That's not true either, sir.
what's that?
My son sets up at the flea market quite a bit, and a lot of the people have left because it's been raised to $5, and they've gone up to the parking lot that you're speaking of because it's free up there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you could bring the people back some way or another.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Did your son ask the people that own that property if he could sit up there and sell?
Where are you referring to? I'm referring to him setting up here at the flea market.
But you said he moved in here where it's free, right?
No,
it's
I'm
not
saying other people.
Other
Yeah.
people. Okay.
Yes. Now, he come to me and made a suggestion, and I don't know if you want to hear it or not. The people that do sell out of their cars or out of the back end of their truck, now he pulls a trailer in and he sells off of that truck, that trailer,
What does he sell?
anything and everything.
I've never.
I mean, what difference does it make what he sells if he
Does he sell
pays?
What
No.
I'm getting at, that if they take up more than one parking space, to add that $3 onto the people that has one parking space at $5, and then $3 for the person that is selling out of their vehicle also. If they set up tables in one spot, then they have another spot with their vehicle that they're selling out of that also. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Not really.
No?
I don't
think so.
flea market. I don't flea market.
So
Well,
that,
maybe you need to go down there and check it out.
Well, I do check it out, but I don't free market, you know, if I'm gonna set up dinner, I need a spot, I'll give them $5 or $3, what it is.
Are you
Right.
saying that they are parking their car and then setting up tables on the next spot?
Yes, and
And-
selling out of both, out of their vehicle
So they got
and.
Two spots, that's 2 spots.
Yeah,
That's $10.
yeah. But that's why you have lost some of them. I'm stating that if you just, like you said, the second spot, maybe just $3.
I got no problem with that. But man, it's gotta be council, it's not me.
It's just a suggestion.
that's just a, you know, a compromise that I thought about, you know, if you're going down there and gonna use one spot, it's $5, and if you need an extra spot, or 2 extra spots, it's $3 for each additional spot.
Now, it's up to you guys, what you guys want. I'm just telling you, you know, if you start losing money, you're gonna have about 97 employees, ain't gonna get no raise.
Well, I'm all right with leaving it $5 per spot.
Hey, I was fine with $3 and $5 a month for garbage fee. I didn't vote either one of them, I didn't have to. But now I will vote on this one. It comes down to me better tire.
And
He's putting the blame on you
You
now,
know,
Joe. He doesn't have to vote.
Hey, you was the one voting for it, Mr.
No, I didn't vote for it now, Mike.
You go for
See,
it.
He
You go
comes
for
off
it.
the wall with this stuff that ain't a thing in the God's world too, and trying to make you believe it.
Mr.
And
Hamraker?
he's getting worse about it. He ain't getting any better. You
I'm
think
I'm
after
gonna call
8
you-
years he'd
I'm
learn
gonna call
that
you
it
a
catches
liar.
up with you.
I'm gonna call you a liar. Did the man vote for it? Is it what the minute said?
I didn't vote to change from $3 to $5. I did not.
And would you?
Yeah, I know I did.
Spots at $2.50, $3.
Same way with your garbage fee. I didn't vote for that either.
We can, if we postpone it till next month,
And,
let me look at the books and see what the difference in the revenue is. And if that would make a
Do you think
difference.
that would bring them back, just adding $2.50 or $3 for the second spot? Do you think that would do it?
Well, it'd be better than if they were charged $5, you know, for each spot. But I can't say if they'll bring them back or not. They'll bring some of them back, maybe. It'll be an incentive.
Stan, what you gonna bring them back, Stan? You go in there and run them off?
That's exactly.
Because they're setting up illegal? I mean, they're illegal, right?
They are, they are.
Oh, these are citizens that live here too. Now, wait a minute.
Hey, that's true.
But before you all fight about it, why don't, the spots were $3 to begin with at the flea market, right?
It was.
It was. Why don't we just go back to that and let them come back up here? They are citizens and we don't need to burden them with anything for people to raise. I'm sure we could find it somewhere else.
Yeah, what about these raises these employees have been promised?
That's what I'm saying. Are they gonna get them? Will they get those raises?
No, $3 they won't.
I mean, if we get the $3, will they
No.
get the raises?
No.
Or if we get $5, will they?
$5 they'll get a raise, yeah.
Well, if we don't have nobody here, there's nothing to give them a raise with. And a lot of these people that come here are senior citizens. I've been over here and I've seen them, and a lot of them are supplementing their income. You know, a couple dollars probably wouldn't mean that much to them, but, you know, $8 a month, you know, or 16 if they come here 2 days, right? And then why not just put it back where it was? They were satisfied with that, wasn't they? Wouldn't answer, they were satisfied with that. And put it back like it was and just find the money at another spot, something else.
You can, Ron, raise your taxes, raise your property taxes. That's why
Well,
we're
raise
doing
them
this.
anyway, so,
No,
you know, but.
but I guarantee if we take this back, we'll have to raise it.
But I'm sure
That's why
if,
employees get a raise.
you know, Stan's a pretty smart guy, he could find that somewhere, somebody could find it, that money to give them a raise and kind of be good to our citizens. It's just like, you know, I'm not trying to burn nobody but me. I'm a citizen, I want you to be good to me, you know. I'm good to everybody, I want everybody to be good to me. And these people want to be here, and they want to like their city, and they don't want to feel that they're disliked by their city either, no more than I do, I'm sure. And like I said, these seniors, a lot of them go over here and set up, and you know they do, they do, don't they, answer that? And they don't have the money to pay. I think it ought to be free for them if they're a senior citizen. Well, okay, Mayor, it ought to be, they ought to have a card. If they're a senior citizen, they come over and set up, it ought to be free. It's municipal parking. You just don't use it for anything anyway. I don't know, just a suggestion, I ain't done, you know. And then the people that come that are, you know, younger and, you know, just to flea market to make money, you know what I'm saying, make a living, charge them $3 or $4 or $5, you know, whatever. Just, you know what I'm saying? And then that way, but your seniors would have something a little easier on them, don't you think? You know, you see what I'm saying? There's a few over there that's older and they're just supplementing their income. A lot of them don't have money and that's all they're doing. You know, they're not out there trying to make $1,000 a week, and some of them don't even take $5 a day in. I've seen that over there. And so, you see what I'm saying? That's where it's at. And it kind of made them mad because, everybody, we're charging them to come over here and set up. It hits municipal parking anyway. You know, it should be something the city should do for the citizens, I think. You know, and help, for them. And I'm not saying let it get out of hand, let them take the whole block up, but designate a place, and then if they got that card, they come in first, and if they don't, then they have to pay if these spots left. I don't know. Just suggestion, I don't know.
Can I just postpone it and let me look at the books and the records and see what the difference is in the attendance and the fees?
I'm gonna make a formal motion.
Yes.
Did you have a second?
I second to take.
Call it up, please.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fanning?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carried. Item number 3, office supply purchase. You have been received a copy of the stuff we have bought from Little Craft and Oak Ridge Office Supply, and you see the differences. And I don't know if this business is complaining about not buying from them, but I've got signs of checks. I know what gets paid and who gets paid. And this company here does quite a bit of business with the city. These are just a few items, quotes on a few items, but your police department buys from them, your public works buys from them, your fire department, Nancy buys from the library, But anytime we can save, we're going to save.
Are these items, Joey, are these the items bid out yearly? Should we not bid these? I mean, how much money are we talking about when we're talking about paper supplies first? Okay, just this type of stuff, office supplies.
I'm not sure exactly how many boxes of paper I go through every year. That's just the general
This is
items
just a
that are
general, but
ordered.
in the budget, glanced at it, we're talking, in every department, we're talking $35,000 to $60,000, is that correct?
No.
Mine was so minimal last year, I had to transfer money from my travel line to have enough to cover office expenses, or office supply expenses. I don't know about anybody else's.
I mean, would a local company bid lower if we bid it out? That's what I'm asking.
We run it out.
What do you do? Call around and get price quotes?
But if they knew they was getting it out, and we had a bid for X amount of months or a year, it could be different.
Well, you've got to take consideration too, Bob. The man's local, and we don't have to buy a whole bunch and stockpile it. We can call him up, he'll deliver it, and he pays taxes in the city. And I know you probably don't care, but he's a taxpayer.
I'm making a suggestion that we do bid it. Okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with bidding it, but even though he's higher, you got to take these other things in consideration, that he's a local boy and lives right here among us. And
There used to be another supply house in the area too. I think it's one business.
if they're local, then we need to look at it.
It's Disney, they don't have business.
But
But as far as Little Craft, I mean, they get plenty of business from us, It's not like they're relying on us to make a living,
But this council, this council doesn't have a problem in proposing a bid process for these items, do they?
I don't have a problem with that, but why would you pay, one company's got a check for $400 and one's got $100?
We do if you go like this, but if we do a bid process, not only one, maybe both will come down.
Do they all have all their stuff in stock? Joy, you know?
I know with Oak Ridge Office Supply, we get it delivered the next day, and if there were a couple of things, maybe we would have to wait a day or so down there on paper, no, if they have, but maybe the time.
It's up to you guys, what you gonna do. But I'm telling you, I sign the checks, I know where the money goes, who gets it. The first question I asked about.
I'm gonna like hands for Nan, I think we ought to do as much as we can locally, but we can't do it at these prices. These prices are.
Ridiculous.
These are This is 30% difference.
I agree, but you need to ask them if they can meet the other prices so that we can possibly try to buy from them
Yes.
to support local businesses in town.
I'm all for that, I mean, so, when you put somebody in charge to,
If they can beat the price, get 2 quotes on it, they can beat it, fine, no?
let's compare the prices. Okay, local business. I mean, the other folks from Oak Ridge may come down too, or they may stay the same. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But I think it ought to, everything ought to be bid out, anything over $5,000 ought to be bid out. And give everybody an equal opportunity. Now, if a local person is only 3, 4, 5% higher, it's our discretion to, as long as we bid it out, we can take a higher bid.
If you need a motion, I'll make a motion, let's leave it like it is. Nobody's having any problems. And, if you need a motion on it, leave it like it is, and we need something, we'll go out there and get it, and if it's not, we can always check on it.
The way it is most of the stuff has been getting out of Oak Ridge. Not true, Joey? Okay.
That's just in the
Is that what you want to make?
main office. The
You
main
still
office.
get it out of Oak Ridge?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm
Well,
gonna
wait,
make.
that's just the main office, that's just the main office, that's not counting your police department, your library, and your department. Jim, you buy anything out of Ridge? Office supplies?
I have not found enough price difference, no more than I use. I have not found enough price difference to justify buying from Oak Ridge. I have bought some things, yes.
Okay. But you do buy from Littlecraft, right?
90% of the time, yeah.
Right, Jim?
We buy from both.
How about you, Nancy?
Lithocraft,
Uh,
Lithocraft, my Lithocraft.
I know
you
Nancy does.
found the difference in the price that much, or,
I really hadn't even priced Oak Ridge just because I've always used Mike,
yeah?
so.
Yeah, Jack's always over.
Yeah.
Gary?
I don't use that much stuff, it's never me when I hear lithograph.
Yeah, same.
I just use a few $100s a year, so it's not a big,
Yeah, well, Jimmy uses a lot in the front office and stuff.
not a big item anyway for me.
Right.
Now, if it's a big ticket item, yes, we check prices,
Right, check prices on it. What's your motion, Henchman?
I make a motion that we stick with the Littlecraft. I'm buying their paper and stuff from.
Or paper?
Well, not just paper, but whatever items that we need that he's got, if it's reasonable. But, you can always go somewhere else if it's way high, it's not a big deal.
That's what we've been doing here, isn't it?
And,
We just leave it like it is. I don't think there's enough money,
What I think we need to do is try to give them Lithograph an opportunity to meet these prices in Oak Ridge so that we can support a local business.
Did you make this a motion, Ann?
Yes.
Okay, have a motion, ma'am.
Second.
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 Call it roll.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fannin?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 4, appointment of 911 board member. Jay Huddleston came off the board, and I've asked Tommy Robards if he'd be interested. And Tommy said he'd be interested in going on the board of 911. It's up to the council, whatever they recommend.
I make
Mr.
a motion to report Tommy.
Tommy, have a motion to call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fannin?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carried. Gary, you get with Tommy, right? Item number 5, extend the 2% property tax discount to November the 30th.
Move to approve there.
Have a motion with Joe.
Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fannin?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 6, contract for Community Development Partners, LLC-2014 CDBG Administration. You have a copy of it. What's your council's pleasure?
My motion to approve it.
Have a motion, ma'am. Have a second.
Second.
Have a second, Blanc. Call the roll.
Mr. Bollinger?
I have a conflict, but I work in Florida Utilities, and this grant is going to sewer rehab, but I vote yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 7, contract from Dole and Associates to 2014 CBT Engineering.
I make a motion we approve.
Have a
Mayor.
motion by Hanson, have a second.
Second.
Call the vote, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Again, I have a conflict. I work for the Fog Utilities, and I vote yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Under Public Works, street lights, Jim, you talked about that in the workshop. Did you get any prices on that, or how many lights?
Oh, 6 lights.
Oh, I'm sorry, wait a minute, Jim, wait. I'm sorry, Nancy. You always have them going somewhere, I forgot about you.
I thought you was getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. What's our travel bill for Nancy Green, $88. Nancy now,
Move to approve.
okay? Have a second.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Now, Nancy, you're in good shape. You're welcome. Okay, now under Public Works, street lights, Jim, now what'd you find out?
I got 2 prices, one from Great Bar Electric, one from Stokes. One is for 6 lights, 3 on each side. One's $11,879, the other one is $10,221. Now that's today's price. Let me go ahead and say, what brought this up for those that were not here, T-Dot contacted me and they're gonna remodel the viaduct over here. They're gonna put new handrails on each side for a new sidewalk, do all the repair work under the bottom. They offered to reinstall streetlights. They cannot furnish the lights, but if we will furnish them, they'll put them on.
And all the wiring and everything, Jim? All the wiring and everything?
No, we furnish the material, the wiring,
Okay.
which is not big out. You know, you're looking $100 maybe worth of wire. But, they would, when they build the bridge, they would put new lights on it if the city wanted to furnish them. Or they would put the old lights back on the bridge. And the bridge, the lights that are there now are the ones that were taken down downtown how many years ago?
I was still at street department, it's been
So,
15, 20 years.
they're old to begin with. And that's all we have. We don't have any left for replacement parts.
Right.
So, but the reason they'd like to know now, in designing the handrails, they need to know how to design them for what kind of lights. That's the only reason. And we're looking at late spring, early summer, before we have to buy the lights.
Right.
But they need to know if the city wants to buy the lights, so they'll know how to incorporate the new lights, if you decide to do them, into the handrails when they design to do the engineering for the handrail.
Are you talking about the same lights that's on the streets now, or different type
They're
lights?
as close as we can match. They're, you have to really hunt to find the difference.
Are they LED?
Yes,
What's that price again, Jim, on that? One was,
11,879 and 10,221.
I make a motion that, we provide the money for the street lights and let Jim take, and look at the low bid on it. And if it's what you need and what you want, to go ahead and appropriate the money for it
Okay. You won't.
when the time comes.
Okay, when the time. We're looking at probably February, March, when we need to order the lights, because they have a template, you know, that have to incorporate into it for acrobones and all that, when they pull the wall. So that's the only reason we'd even have to go ahead and buy them then. But T-Dot just asking for a commitment now, so they can incorporate that into the design of the handrail. Then, up in the early spring, probably late winter, early spring, we'll need to go ahead and purchase the lights. So we'll have the bases and all that, so they can put them in when they build a new handrail.
Second.
call the vote, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Under Fire Department, approve advertising for bids for free air packs. Gary, you've got to name your budget.
Yes, I think they go over $10,000 without the bill.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Has a second. Mr. Colorado.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Under Police Department, item number 1, $300 per diem for Fort Knox, Kentucky trip to pick up vehicles. That was the Hummers and the trailer we picked up last week.
We didn't use all of that. We turned money back in.
We turn some back in?
Yeah, about used 250 some odd dollars of it.
Okay.
Turned money back in.
Make a motion approved.
I have a motion.
Second.
Colorado.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, hiring Brian Johnson, full-time effective salary, 11/1, 14 salary, $26,520. What's your council's pleasure?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
Colorado.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Motion
Yes.
carries. Jim, you had something you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, Mayor, can we add on, we've been approved some more stuff, through the military. Can we add on $150, travel to get some more stuff we've been approved through the military?
Okay. Okay, which is something we will get you
The date is up on it on November the 5th.
November
So
5th.
that's why we need it. It'll probably take a truck to haul the stuff back. So I'm gonna drive my vehicle. I was planning on, taking some vacation time going, up into Ohio anyways. So I don't even want, what do you call it, mileage. If you'll just pay for half the gas and I'll take my time and get it and bring it back.
I mean, you don't care to do it, I mean,
No, I don't care to do it. But if you'll just pay for like half the gas up there, I'll take my time, get it, and bring it back.
okay. What's the pleasure, council?
Second.
Colorado, please.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Under ordinance and resolutions, item number 1, ordinance 2014-03, ordinance to amend the LaFont Municipal Code entitled 10, Animal Control. That's the final reading. What's the council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Colorado.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, ordinance 2014-06, ordinance to adopt a collective action plan to prevent the improper use of municipal utility revenues and to reimburse monies improperly transferred from electric department funds and the water department funds of the city of LaFont, Tennessee. This is also the final reading. What's the council's pleasure?
Make a motion to approve 2014-06.
We have a motion second, all vote.
Mr. Bellinger?
I have a conflict, work for LaFont Utilities, I vote yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, ordinance 2014-07, ordinance to amend the city of LaFont's municipal zoning ordinance regulating development within the corporate limits of the city of LaFont to minimize danger to life and property due to flooding and to maintain eligibility for participating in the National Flood Insurance Program. This is also the final reading.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
Motion. Call vote.
Mr. Bellinger?
Yes.
Mr. Fainan?
Yes.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Motion carries. This meeting's adjourned.
You got a call?
He gave you my
Call here,
Chairman Bellinger?
Here.
Mr. Fainan?
Here.
Mr. Hatmaker?
Here.
Mayor Sampier?
Here.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes. Here.
Business.
motion made.